Message the drummer of the Plain White T's. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm playing at Warped Tour and I wanted to know if I could meet you. Hey there, Delilah was the soundtrack of my childhood. It would be an honor to thank you in person for what you do. And he said, bro, of course, I'd love to meet you. So I think I'm gonna meet him tomorrow.
All right, next time you hear noise, stop driving your vehicle. When you hear the sound, that lets you know that you are metal to metal.
I had planned to meet with the drummer of the Plain White T's. I don't know if I'll be able to meet with him now.
You go around and round in my mind. I daydream about you all the time.
Everybody come out, march up for shot!
Nothing matters if you're by my side.
As I was playing, I was sweating so much that the sunscreen kept going in my eyes. I kept asking myself, I was like, wow, is this the end? Is the burning in my eyes gonna mess with my singing and mess with the performance? But people seem to really like it. It was a good time. I want to say thank you so much to Warped Tour for just having me in the band. It was so awesome. Oh wait, the Paradox is about to go on.
But if it fits, why don't you sing with me? Leave me alone. You love to hate the way I breathe. Don't you fail me now and say you care. Just leave me alone. Your misery clears the company, but I'll never fit your mold, I swear. I swear. I can't fit your mold, I swear.
All right, we're leaving Warped Tour. Man, I was here for a while. It's hot outside. Look at all the people. It was intense, but it was fun. I am like so tired, it's not even funny. Gotta get refreshed. I'm probably 10 shades darker.
I don't think so.
No?
Your face is darker though.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you stand in the sun all day. Hey, it's me, Seth from the future. I just did not really talk during some of the parts here, so I'm here just to kind of narrate as things happened. I took my car to a restaurant, we were ordering takeout, and while I was driving back, my brake just gave out. I was turning in an intersection. As I was turning, there was a pedestrian walking across the crosswalk. I went to push on my brakes, and then it was like this, and all of a sudden it's just the pedal hit the ground. It was pretty scary, so I did what most people would do, and I just pushed even more. And thankfully, I did not hit anybody. It slowed down very slowly. I still had to drive the car back to the Airbnb, so I just kept my flashers on, and I stayed in the right-hand lane. I was upset. I was sad. I called AAA. They say that they will come through with a tow, but it'll be in the morning at 7:45. All right, so we got to move this to the other street without brakes. Shouldn't be too hard. All right, I checked the brake lines. They are completely blown off. I don't know if it's gonna be okay. I mean, I am braking. I have to put my pedal all the way down.
It's really hard to come to a full stop.
Like, bro, if you push your brake a little bit and it stops normally, I gotta push it all the way down. And I don't have to push with a ton of pressure, but it's very noticeable. Okay, that was actually pretty easy. So something's working.
There's certain safety measures built into cars. You lose a brake line, you don't completely lose brakes. So they split it left front, right rear, right front, left rear, and should still work as well on their own.
Okay, but it's not safe to drive like that.
No.
Got it. They've been pushing the tow back like by hours. At first they told me 7 in the morning, now they're saying 11:30. This is upsetting me a little bit because I had planned to meet with the drummer of the Plain White T's. With things being pushed back, I don't know if I'll be able to meet with him now. That's kind of sad. But I am glad because nobody got hurt. Everybody's here. I have AAA, my car can get out there. It's no problem. So I am really happy about that. It's just a change of plans, like a very sudden thing. So after I went inside, I was pretty discouraged, but I figured I should call AAA just one more time and see if I can get either a tow guy to come out sooner or to come out when they say they're gonna come out. When I called the person, she did say she'd be willing to put in one more request for me, and then we got off the phone. Maybe 5 minutes later, I get a call, and it turns out it's a tow truck driver on the way a few minutes out. He said, you know, I'm on the way, but your request doesn't make any sense. It says that you want me to tow you to the same location you're getting picked up from. That doesn't make sense. He said, so where do you need a tow? And I told him, Pennsylvania. And he said, Pennsylvania as in like, Pennsylvania? And I said, yeah. He said, ooh. He said, boy, I'm gonna give you a hug. And then he hung up. The tow company, they didn't want to lose somebody over a whole day, driving hours, especially with Warped Tour there.
Did you hear any noise?
Yeah.
All right, next time you hear noise, stop driving your vehicle or get it to a shop. Yes, because you're going to do that same thing again. When you start hearing a squeaking noise, that's the warning sound to let you know that, hey, your brakes are going bad, you're getting low. Yeah. When you hear the sound, that lets you know that you are metal to metal. You are straight metal backing plate to metal rotor, and then you wore that out. Then you went on into the caliper, and then you wore your caliper out.
Well, thanks for telling me all that.
Yeah, not a problem.
I went to school today.
I've been a mechanic 20 plus years. I've been around cars all my life because my dad drag raced when I was a kid. I got my chain on the front and I got my straps on the rear. The chain will hold the front end down and the straps will hold the rear down for the whole ride.
Do you need anything else from me?
Just to give me a Google review. Google always towing and recovery. Hit the review button, 5-star me because I brought the company from a 1.5 to the 4-star rating we are right now. I'm trying to hit 5 stars. In the box, put Big Mike did an excellent job. Remember that, for every 10 a Big Mike did an excellent job on a Google review, I get $100.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I will take care of your car. You have a blessed one. Blessings.
Let's go to Warped Tour. Warped Tour. I'm letting the world know I just got my car towed. Slight hiccup with the car, no problem. Yeah, so I literally have no plans in mind for meeting Damar Hamilton, the drummer of Plain White T's. I just want to say hi to him, and I told him I just want to thank him in person for being a part of the music that influenced me as a child. I guess we'll see. I had to run. The line was so long. Sam, videographer, he's not able to make it. His flight just got canceled. I don't want to miss the time to speak with Damar. I gotta get past all these people. Let's go. I don't know where the Plain White T's are playing first. Hey, it's me, Seth from the future. I don't need this. I don't even know where to start with this, but Sam, he was able to get another flight, which is great. He made it back to Nashville just in time for his anniversary. It's crazy. And then Kenzie, she came back to the Warped Tour parking lot and she was waiting for a few hours. She had her own thing she was doing, so there was no time. And I didn't know how to find the Plain White T's. I ran all around the festival. It was probably at this point like 11:30, and Damar had until 1 to talk. And I ran around for like an hour. This is the part I did not get on camera. I went behind the festival where you could put your equipment and stuff. At this point, I knew where I had to go. I asked one of the employees where green rooms were. They told me, and then I just started running. It was like maybe half a mile away from where I was, just booking it. I don't run for maybe more than 20 seconds, and then I hear a voice behind me saying, hey, do you need a ride? I turn around, and it's somebody on a golf cart by themselves, and she's like, jump on. And I said, yeah, can you take me to catering? She's like, yeah. No questions asked. And by the way, like, I'm an artist at Warped Tour, right? But I was a guest artist, so they didn't tell me about this area. But I found out about it anyway. I went over to where the headlining artists were, and when I get there, there was this gate. They had the security there to scan your pass to get through there. I knew with my past, I wasn't going to be able to get in, but I still walked up anyway, and I spoke to one of the security guards. I just said to her, I said, hey, I'm a guest artist here, but I was talking to the drummer of the Plain White T's. I showed her the messages, and I said, he invited me to come back here and talk to him for a bit. Would you let me through? And she said, no, you don't have clearance. You can't get back here. But if the band is willing to come outside and talk to you, then we can do that. And I said, okay. Okay, cool. I wasn't going to ask the Plain White T's to come out and talk to me because they're about to do press show later that day too. Like, what? No, I'm not going to do that. So I just stood there and I just waited. Then the security woman, she went to go help another artist. After that, I walked up to the front desk and I told them the same story. And I asked them, even though I was a guest artist, if I could make it back there. And they said to me, oh yeah, you can go back. You're an artist. And I was like, okay. And I scanned my pass and it didn't let me in. Like I knew it wasn't going to let me in. And one of them just said, oh, that's fine. You want me to take you to the green room? And I was like, yeah, please. So then I got an escort through all the green rooms. Like, I'm passing all these bands, different green rooms, go to the Plain White Tees green room, and she opens the door, and then she says to me, this is all you. I walk in, and the entire band is right there. I get to meet with them, and we have a great conversation. I get to thank them for the music. At the end, right when we were finishing up, one of their people comes in and says, hey, it's time to do press, you know? I move out of the way. I'm gonna leave. One of the band members was just like, hey, you wanna take a picture? I said, yeah. So here's that picture. Insane. Then I headed back home. Like, I thought that was it. I thought that was gonna be it. But the next day, I messaged Damar, you know, just to thank him. He sent me over the photo that we took, and then he invited me to come out to a Plain White Tees show that day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is like 5 hours from where my house is. When he asked me, it was like 12 p.m. in the afternoon. The doors opened at 7. He was like, you wanna come out? I said, yeah. So then I just like literally left my house and booked it over there. We made it right when the doors opened. And by the time we made it to our actual seats, the Plain White Tees had just gotten off stage. It was like really disappointing, really sad. But I knew that all this stuff happened for a reason. So I just held on. I was like, you know, we're gonna just enjoy this time. So we did. At the end of everything, I hadn't really heard much from Damar. You know, I figured it was a nice gift from him, and you know, I was really grateful. We went back to my car. I was gonna drive through the night, you know, drive back home. And then I get a message from Damar, and he's like, yo, bro, like, let's talk for a bit. So then I got to just hang out with him for a bit. It was really amazing. And then I made friends. So now we're friends. If you want to see what actually happened, drive into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and if you want to see, like, make it to the concert and stuff like that, I've got all that footage on my Patreon. You can hit it, it's in the description. I also do my daily diary, and I'm also doing live streams on there too. Patreon is if you want more of me. That's basically it. So if you want to join, hit it in the description. Appreciate y'all. I don't know how to say it, but this is like the kind of story that the things that happen that you wouldn't ever know. That's why I started the vlog. Yeah, I wanna reach 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, but I don't think that number matters anymore. I honestly think what matters most is sharing the stuff that you don't see. Because of this vlog, I'm able to show you how I become the Seth Witcher that I'm becoming. How I sell at Madison Square Garden. How I tour the world and get to play to everyone. That's what this vlog is about. So that's what happened. And honestly, it was a month ago. I filmed all this stuff and I got overwhelmed. I honestly did. I got overwhelmed with just social media, editing the vlog, like all the footage, and then just stuff that was going on in my life. I just got overwhelmed and I just didn't post the vlog for a month. And I want to say I'm sorry for that. I want to do this every week. So I'm back at it again. I posted the first part of Warped Tour last week. This second part I'm posting today, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. We're just gonna keep going. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this vlog. Thank you for watching my journey, you know? Thank you for supporting me. I love you guys. There's a lot more to come soon. Peace.